News Radio 97.7 and 1290 AM, WTKS.
It's 8:45 now, and people are still talking about the WikiLeaks dump on the CIA information. And apparently, WikiLeaks has offered to help the likes of Google and Apple identify the software holes used by purported CIA hacking tools. And that puts the tech industry in something of a bind. On the line with more about this is Fox News contributor and cybersecurity analyst, an attorney who specializes in computer data, Shawn Tuma. Good morning, Shawn. What is the problem here?
Good morning, Laura. The problem here is that these companies have have people working for them that have security clearances, and those security clearances provide as a condition that you are not allowed to view classified information that's not authorized. And this WikiLeaks document dump, even though it's now been made public, it is still classified information. So if the companies take WikiLeaks up on this offer, it could potentially jeopardize their security clearances. But on the other hand, if they reject the offer, then in subsequent court cases, if there were to be a hack that was involved these weaknesses, these vulnerabilities, the argument would be, well, you had the opportunity to correct this by finding out about it through WikiLeaks and you didn't do it, so that would be negligence on the part of the company. It's a conundrum for them.
So it's break security clearance and make your customers happy, or look away and possibly make your customers mad.
That's right. That's the make your customers mad and maybe get sued for that, or get pursued by the United States for breaking your security clearance. So they're in a pickle.
Shawn, which way do you think this will turn out?
I think what's going to happen is they're going to learn about these vulnerabilities without actually viewing the documents themselves, and they're going to use that information to repair what they can. They're going to learn enough about them so that they can do their own investigations and find out where the weaknesses are. They're going to patch as much of this as they can, and they're going to do it without violating their security clearances. And then if they ever get sued, they're going to be able to show they used due diligence.
Aha. We're talking with Fox News contributor and cybersecurity analyst and attorney Shawn Tuma. Now, according to WikiLeaks, the CIA is using TVs, smartphones, PCs, and cars to spy on their owners. So is that really the truth? Who should we believe, and how can we protect ourselves?
That is really the truth. They do have that capability. It's more difficult to do than the story makes it sound like. To get the TVs to spy on you, it requires physical access to the TV, at least in the examples given by WikiLeaks. But the reality is, any of these devices that gain your voice commands through having an internal speaker, they're transmitting that information over the internet to a server. And like any other information that gets transmitted, it can be intercepted, whether by the CIA or by any other nefarious actor, criminal gang, what have you. So all of that is vulnerable. And that's what we really need to be worried about. Less about the CIA, because they're not interested in spying on most of us. You know, it's usually a very high-level person of value to them that they're going to devote their resources to. It's not the rest of us. The ones we need to be worried about are the criminal gangs, the individuals acting alone who are learning from this and who are going to use this to try to gather our data.
Yeah, that is it. So the bad people now have the information on how to do the hacking. So that's why we need people like Apple and Google to figure out how to block the hacks.
That's exactly right. The information is now in the wild, so to speak, and it will be used by copycats who will try to learn everything they can from this document dump to use it for their own purposes.
Sounds to me like two mice running a maze race, and which one gets to the cheese first, the hackers or the companies protecting you from the hackers?
That's a great analogy, and there's always more cheese. And the maze is constantly changing, and it's up to us to try to protect ourselves against it.
All right. Thank you so much, Shawn.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome. Shawn Tuma, Fox News contributor and cybersecurity analyst, about implications from the WikiLeaks CIA dump. It's 8:50 at News Radio WTKS.